outright. Good evening, everybody. It's Sunday. It's the 31st of January, and it's Nick's Sunday night quiz. I've just put my quiz voice on, according to my wife. So we have 21 teams already logged on, raring to go. I've got a couple of likes already, surprisingly. So who do we say hello to first tonight? Well, Ian Bark has just joined us. So good evening, Ian. I hope all is well with you and you're keeping well in these dreadful times of lockdown. Faye's just joined us. She says, hi all, boobies are here and ready to go. That's what I like to see. There's nothing better than the boobies being ready. Sorry. Ready first, that's what we like to say. Right then, and that's before I've been drinking. I'm actually just treating myself to a little ball of chocolate. Very nice. Lint chocolate, I may add. George Priestley's just joined us. He says, hey, Nick. Hi, George, and good evening to you. I hope you're keeping well and raring to go for tonight's quiz. We have, as usual, 6 rounds of absolutely dreadful trivia to keep you all happy and amused for the next hour and a half. So do make sure, everybody, you have your beer and your nibbles to hand so that we can enjoy tonight's quiz even better than normal. Now then, we've got Jed and Tracy have just joined us. So good evening, Jed. Good evening, Tracy. Hope all is well with you too, keeping well. Martin Davis has also said hello from team 2/3 of Weak Links, live with the management in Yelvertoft. Well, that's great to see. Great to see you hooked up now, Martin, and you're doing it as one team. That sounds great. Lisa's just joined us. Good afternoon from a warm and sunny California. That's so Team UK, USA have checked in. That's lovely to see them. Kevin's just joined us from the Rugby Rotary Club. Great to see you on board, Kevin. I hope all the other Rotary friends are logging on as we speak and are raring to do battle in tonight's quiz. Chris Speaks just joined us. This is evening, Nick, from Helen and Chris in Chile, Newton, enjoying my bottle of jail ale. Do you know, I saw some jail ale. Where did I see it the other day? I saw it in Aldi's. I'm sure it was in Aldi's. They had a great big pile of the stuff. I did mean actually to buy some, but I never did. But never mind. But great. What's the jail ale like? It is years since I've had any jail ale. I had some somewhere near Dartmoor somewhere, wasn't it? But never mind. Princetown Brewery, isn't it? Ian Anthony James has just joined us. He says, Don Quixote, signing in from London, Manchester, Upper Lower Hill Morton, and introducing Phil from Lower Hill Morton. Good evening, Phil. Nice to see you. Hope all is well. Mike Yates has just joined us. Good evening, Mike. I trust you're keeping well. Have you got a team tonight? Or are you doing the quiz on your own, Mike? I'm sure you've probably got a few mates helping you out tonight. Let's hope so. Dave Anderson's also just joined us from sunny Essex. We've even got an Essex question in there somewhere tonight. Dave, you'll be pleased to know. So that's Anne and Dave have just joined us, so great to see you. And we've also got Georgie and Rory just joined us. Hello from the Yorkish, she says. Have we got Linda with us tonight? That's what we've got to ask Georgie. Some extra help in the team always goes well. Yeah, Chris has just said yes from all this. It's great. I'm from the Dartmoor Brewery. It's Dartmoor Brewery, that's right, not Princetown. Why did I say Princetown? Never mind. Dartmoor Brewery. Clive and Janet says, with the teasers. Hi all, we've changed our name to the teasers. We've ganged, what's that? We've gagged a couple of members from North Yorkshire. And so we're now both sides of the river. Oh, excellent. So, right. Oh dear, I see. So either side of the river. I'm with you now. That's right, the teasers. So we've got North Yorkshire and Teesside basically taking part. Great. Are you Zooming each other tonight to try and see how well you do? You'll have to let me know, Clive and Janet, what the other team members are called, then I'll see whether I can remember their names. Chris Rowland's just joined us. Hello, Chris, all the way from sunny St Ives. Yeah, Andy's friend. Great to see you, Chris, and thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see how we all fare. Now then, as is always the case, we normally have 6 rounds of general trivia. I have put the rounds on tonight right at the top of the page. If you go right to the top of the live chat column, you will see what the rounds are. But just in case you can't be bothered, the rounds are as follows. We start off, as usual, with 13 questions using the initial letters of the words and numbers Sunday the 31st Jan. Sunday 31st Jan. SUNDAY 31STJAN. So write them down top to bottom on your sheet. They will be the first letters and or numbers of the first 13 answers. Right, the Ridgeways have just joined us from sunny Welton, and it has been not a bad day today. It was a reasonably pleasant afternoon. Very cold, but reasonable. At least the sun kind of came out and tried to make an attempt today, which is more than it did yesterday. Never mind. Penny's just joined us. Evening all from a cold Holland-on-Sea. Hope everyone is well. She's saying, good evening, Penny. Hope all is well with you and you're keeping well. Andrew Lewis has just said, good evening, everyone. The week section of the Week Links signing in from Yelvertoft, supported by our daughter Rachel and the dog Lexi. Great to see you, Rachel, and you, Lexi. Hope all is well. I don't know dog language. I could probably woof at you, but probably best if I don't. He says no. Oh dear. Oh, did I try mooing before, did I? Oh well. I know my cow. I don't know my dog very well. Sarah's just joined us from sunny Worcester. Sarah's saying, evening all, had a good week, so hoping we can crown it with a good score tonight. That's what we like to see, Sarah. Positivity, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Dreadful word, isn't it? Positivity, but never mind. So great to see Sarah. You'll have to let us know how the flood defence is managed over the week, Sarah, because obviously the River Severn been particularly bad down your way, and I expect the old racecourse was flooded, if nothing else. But you'll have to let me know. So have you got a full team tonight, Sarah? That's the important thing, I'm sure. Talking of that, Home Loan 6 have just joined us, and Carol's just saying, we are all here. Hello. Good evening, Carol, gang, Roy, and the gang. I hope you're all well and keeping fit and well and raring to go in tonight's quiz. Now then, I'd got as far as round 1, Sunday the 31st of Jan. Round number 2 tonight is a food and drink round, a nice tricky food and drink round. Round number 3 is entitled Connections, where I ask you 10 general knowledge questions. Question 11 this week asks for a connection between the previous 10. I'd already written it when I realised I'd done one extra, but never mind, it'll help you with the connections. Round number 4 is a trivia trail, very straightforward trivia trail, where the last letter of your first answer is the first letter of the next answer, and so on and so forth. And then we have a round entitled Sticks and Stones, where either the word stick or stone is either in the question or in the answer, one or the other. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to work that out. And finally tonight, we have a round entitled General Trivia. General Trivia, where we've got 10 absolutely trivia questions about trivia that you probably don't even know about, but never mind, I'm sure most people will. Right then, John O'Rourke's just joined us and the gang. So great to see the famous 5 join us again tonight. Lovely to see you, John. Hope all is well. And Mick and Bev have also joined us now from sunny Bilton. So hope you two are keeping well and fit. Chris Pickard's also joined us. Good evening, Chris. Hope all is well with you. And let's see whether you can give a remarkable score the other week, Chris. And I just hope you can keep it up round for this week and see how you fare. Now, talking of Chris's, Chris Meads, who has said good evening, Nick and Lydia. Just to remind everybody that it's Chris Meads' birthday this Tuesday, the 2nd of February. So happy birthday, Chris. Should I sing to you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christopher. Happy birthday to you. I know he'd rather be in the pub, and I know he'd rather me not singing, but never mind. At least Robin Miller hasn't checked in yet, so he won't have seen my dreadful singing so far. So Carol's just joined us. She's saying, Carol Green, the Cornish Tyke is here. So we've now got Cornwall represented. Oh, no, St Ives, of course, is in Cornwall, isn't it? So we've got 2 teams from Cornwall tonight. That sounds great. And Debbie McCarthy's just joined us. She's saying, hello from Cold Hill Morton, playing on my own as usual. That's a shame, Debbie. You have to see whether you can get somebody else to come and join in. You can Zoom together. You can text the questions to each other, because you can see me from various parts of the world quite easily, I'm sure. But, oh dear, Robin's just saying, oh, yes, I did. Right, Dylan's just said good evening. So good evening, Dylan. Hope all is well with you. And Chris has said, I went to a hotel room by ex-tennis players last week. The service was good. However, I could not sleep due to the racket in the evening. Oh, dear, dear, dear. There were 2 dreadful jokes in there. The service was good. but I could not sleep due to the racket. Yes, okay, Chris. That's probably the best so far tonight, but never mind. Dave Anderson saying it's Anne's birthday Tuesday too, so it gives me the opportunity to sing again. Happy birthday to Anne, happy birthday to Anne, happy birthday dear Anne, happy birthday to you. That's 2 people on next Tuesday. That's brilliant. So happy birthday to you. What's that? Oh, Brenda. Oh, yes, our friend Brenda's birthday as well, also on Tuesday, but unfortunately Brenda's not online, I'm sure, doing the quiz, but she might be. You never know in the background. Jill Pew's just said hello. Hi, Jill. I hope you and Steve are well. And so that's Middletoft have just joined us from Cambridge. Andy Smith is saying, evening, Nick. Vocals are your usual high standard tonight. That's what I like to see. Robin saying, I'm always here. Oh, dear. Jane's also just joined us. Jane and Graham here. They're all ready to go. That's from the Uppertoft team in Cambridge. So we've now got Middletoft and Uppertoft raring to go. Carol's just saying this is from sunny Cornwall. Very wet here. Just 1 hour sunshine, 4 until 5. Well, there was a little bit of snow in the air, actually. A little bit early when I took my mother-in-law home after she'd been with us all afternoon. We had a lovely roast chicken dinner today, which she enjoyed. So I had to take her home. Before the quiz, thankfully. Tonight I'm on the last of my homebrew. Atomic Brewery's final bit of beer that we've got left. This was brewed back in November. It's still in tip-top condition, as one would expect, of course, from a fine brewery like ours. So I'll enjoy that this evening over the next couple of days. But it means to say that we're going to have to start brewing again, which we haven't done for a while, but never mind. Right, Squeaky Pub have just joined us. Good evening, Squeaky Pub. Hope all is well with you. And raring to do battle again, because you ended up last week quite high up in the points. In fact, the points are in. This is last Sunday. Last Sunday's scores were particularly good as usual. We had the Quizzy Rascals and split the difference. Equal first place on 58 points. Not bad out of 63 last week. Ian, with his bottle of Shiraz all on his own, managed 57 points. We then had PRS on 56.5 points, closely followed by Debbie McCarthy and Michelle and Charlie and James on a fantastic 56 points. They were closely followed, I think, by Don Quixote on 55 after a score correction. Along with Squeaky Pub, also on 55 points. Then we had a couple of teams on 54s. There was Home Alone 6. Pick and Mix were close by. Carol Green also very close on 52. So there were some very good scores last week. Very impressed with a lot of you. So let's see who else. We've got Adam Foster's just joined us. So Spoon and Fish are ready to go. Good evening, Adam and the gang. Hope all is well with you. And Michelle's also just joined us. So we've now got Michelle, Charlie and James saying good evening, raring to go. Now, Chris has come up with another marvellous joke. Next week, I go to a golf resort. We clubbed together, having ironed out the details. Just hope I last the week without flagging off. Dear God. 3 jokes in one. Very good, Chris. Very good indeed. Keep them coming. I like that kind of thing. Right then, as is always the case with Nick's quizzes on a Wednesday and on a Sunday night, the number of likes is important. The more likes I get, the higher I get up in the Google rankings, and I am beginning to get up there somewhere. So if you just press the little button at the bottom with the like button with the thumbs up, let's see whether we can beat 30 likes this Sunday, which will be very kind of you all. It's very easy to do. You just press the button. Of course, if you don't like it, you can always give me the thumbs down. And don't forget, if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Pewey1957. Very straightforward. There's a little subscribe button somewhere on the bottom right of the screen. So, oh dear, Robin's just come back with a retort for Chris's marvellous joke, and he's put, let's hope you don't feel rough. Oh dear, dear, dear. They get worse, don't they? Never mind. Before we have to iron out any faults, let's carry on. Right, with just a minute to go, let me just go through those rounds again quickly for you. Then you can get your pens and papers ready. Make sure you've got your drinks to hand. First round tonight is entitled Sunday the 31st Jan. Second round is entitled Food and Drink. Round 3 tonight is a connections round. Round number 4 tonight is a trivia trail. Round number 5 will be a sticks and stones round, which I'll let you know when we get there. And finally, we have a general trivia round. Chris Rollins just said the tour venue is a fair way to go. Quite a drive. Oh dear. I would apologise, but I'm off my trolley. Oh dear, they're better than your bloody singing. Thanks, Robin. Thank you for that. And Paul Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals have also joined us, as has Ian his bottle of Shiraz. So I think we're all about ready to go. It's now 8:15, Sunday the 31st of January 2021. So let's get going. Round number 1 tonight, as I mentioned, entitled Sunday the 31st of January. So your first answer must start with the letter S. So without further ado, starting with the letter S, question number 1. After a storm destroyed the central spire at Lincoln Cathedral in 1549, which other cathedral has ever since had the tallest spire in the United Kingdom at over 404 feet, give or take? So question number 1 again. After a storm destroyed the central spire at Lincoln Cathedral in 1549, which other cathedral has ever since had the tallest church spire in the United Kingdom at 404 feet? It's somewhere I wanted to go and we'd nearly booked up before the second lockdown came in. All right, it's great to see so many people doing the quiz tonight. We've got 85 people online at the moment. Well, at least they're looking at whatever we're doing. Question number 2, starting with the letter U, which makes this pretty straightforward. What is a village of around 1,500 inhabitants in Ross and Cromarty in the Scottish Highlands, located about 45 miles northwest of Inverness? Ask the Russians. Nice one, Clive and Janet. They're on the wavelength. I think you might have the right one there. So, what is a village of around 1,500 inhabitants in Ross and Cromarty in the Scottish Highlands, located around 45 miles northwest of Inverness? Starts with the letter U. Can't be too tricky. Question number 3, starting with the letter N. First written in the August of 1971, which of Roger Hargreaves' Mr. Men characters was green in colour, having a rather large proboscis? And I want you to drop the Mr. in front of his name. So first written in the August of 1971, which of Roger Hargreaves' Mr. Men characters was green in colour, having a rather large proboscis? And do drop the word Mr. in front of that, obviously. Otherwise it doesn't work, because it's supposed to start with an N. Right, any more golf jokes going there? Just feel free to put them on if you wish. Question number 4. Dubris was the Roman name given to which south coast town which thrived during the Roman occupation? So Dubris was the Roman name given to which south coast town which thrived during the Roman occupation? You've got a letter there. The letter is D. Make it pay. Right then, question number 5, starting with the letter A. Pretty straightforward, I'm sure that most quizzes will know this. At which sporting venue would you find Melling Road, which bisects the racecourse? So, which sporting venue would you find Melling Road, which bisects the racecourse? It bisects the golf course as well, apparently. Well, I was looking at today at the jabometer, and it appears now that the UK has vaccinated 8.9 million people at the latest, which my mathematics turns out at about 13% of the population. So slowly but surely we're getting there. This time next week we might be up to 20% of the population. Anyway, question number 6, starting with the letter Y, which helps. What is a British police investigation into sexual abuse allegations, predominantly the abuse of children, against various English media personalities? So what was that investigation known as? So what was a British police investigation into child abuse allegations, predominantly the abuse of children, against various English media personalities? It's just a one-word answer I'm after. You can drop the word operation in front of it, whatever it was. Question number 7, one for you to work out. This has got to start with a number 3. It's got to start with a number 3. Prior to decimalisation, how many threepenny bits would have been found in 9 shillings and 6pence? So prior to decimalisation, how many threepenny bits would have been found if you had 9 shillings and 6pence? That is, if they were all made up of threepenny bits, of course. One for you to work out, and it's got to start with a 3, and it's a 2-digit number, so it gives you a chance there. It's getting worse, Chris. If tennis and golf are not your thing, I am booked to visit a racecourse. I will hedge my bets using a fence to dispose of my winnings, just in case I get saddled with them. Dear God. Question number 8 is also a number, but I'm going to give you a choice in this case. Question number 8. With a company founded in 1948 by Henry Walker, in what year were Walker's cheese and onion crisps manufactured and sold in the United Kingdom? That's first manufactured. But I'm going to give you a choice. Was it 1954, 1964, or 1974? So with a company founded in 1948 by Henry Walker, in what year were Walker's cheese and onion crisps first manufactured and sold in the United Kingdom? I'll give you the choice. Was it 1954, 1964, or 1974? The number doesn't help you much with that one, but never mind. Right, question number 9. Starting with the letter S, which will help. The chemical element platinum takes its name from the Spanish name for which other element? So question 9 again. The chemical element platinum takes its name from the Spanish name for which other element? Right, question number 10, starting with the letter T. In the human body, which of these bones is furthest from the skull? Again, I'm going to give you a choice. Is it the tibia, the talus, or the trapezium? So in the human body, which of these bones is furthest from the skull? I'll give you the choice. Is it the tibia, the talus, or the trapezium? Sure, all you medical people know that one quite easily. Right then, 3 to go in this round. Question number 11 starts with the letter J, which makes this dead easy, I'm sure. What is the title of a well-known patriotic song written by William Blake with music arranged by Hubert Parry? So what is the title of a well-known patriotic song written by William Blake with music arranged by Hubert Parry? Good old Hugh. Right, question number 12. This starts with the letter A. It's a one-word answer I'm after. A deliberate and unjustified destruction of a person's good reputation is known as character what? So question number 12 again. A deliberate and unjustified destruction of a person's good reputation is known as character what? It's straightforward, that one, I think. And finally, question number 13, going back to medicine again, very much on a medical theme tonight. Normally caused by injury, what name is given to the death of body tissue caused by a lack of blood flow? Just a one-word answer starting with the letter N. So normally caused by injury, what name is given to the death of body tissue caused by a lack of blood flow? You see it in all the best TV movies. You're right, Lydia. She's trying to sneeze but can't. Oh no, you've disappeared. Well, it's holding steady at 81, Squeaky Bob. Do feel free to try and reconnect again. Sorry, we've got a good connection this end. Are you all right? Have we got a problem? You're all right. Yeah, it's holding steady at 80 people, so just hit the restream button at the bottom. Is it restream button at the bottom? I don't know which button you have to. We're back. Great to see you back, Squeaky Bob. Must be that computer of yours. They're back. Great. Right then, those were the first 13 questions. Round number 1 complete. So I hope you've got 13 correct answers. So we will start and go back over them. Are we all ready to do some marking? I trust we don't really need much more time with those. I presume you either know me or you don't. Who was that? Somebody used to say that, I recall, but never mind. Dear. What's Chris put now? I did visit the cycling centre. I had a really good time, but did get ripped off having forked out those peddling their wares. Oh, God, dear God. I don't know where you're going from, Chris. I really don't. But never mind. Refreshed and they're back live again. Here we go then, everybody. Brand new computer after last week's panic. Right, here we go. Question number 1 then. After a storm destroyed the centre spire, of course, I was after Salisbury Cathedral, which has a spire of 404 feet. The village I wanted, which is 45 miles northwest of Inverness, is Ullapool. Number 3, it was Mr. Nosey, of course. Number 4, Dubris was the Roman name for Dover. Number 5, the Melling Road can be found at Aintree Racecourse. Number 6, it was Operation U-Tree I was after that police investigation. Number 7, prior to decimalisation, how many threepenny bits would be found in 9 shillings and sixpence? That's 38. Number 8, with a company founded in 1948 by Henry Walker. In what year were cheese and onion crisps first manufactured and sold in the UK? That was 1954. That was before I was born, so they've been making cheese and onion crisps for a long, long time. Number 9, the chemical element platinum takes its name from the Spanish name for which other element? Well, the other element means little silver. It's silver. It takes its name from silver. Number 10, the talus is the bone which is furthest from the skull. It's your ankle bone. Number 11, what's the title of a well-known patriotic song? That, of course, is Jerusalem. Number 12, the deliberate and unjustified destruction of a person's good reputation is character assassination. And finally, number 13, of course, normally caused by injury. What name is given to the death of body tissue caused by a lack of blood flow? That is called necrosis. Necrosis. Well done if you got that. That was probably the toughest one in the round. Having said that, it wasn't that hard. Robin Miller's put, having a nice break with all the gear. I am tired. These now. Right, here's some scores in. You've been saddled with them. Oh, dear, we've gone on to bikes now. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Mick Roberts on a fantastic 11. Squeaky Bob's on 11. Famous 5. 13 points. Nothing wrong with that at all, John. Fantastic start. Carol Green's on 11. Sarah and our friends from Worcester on 12. We've got Ian and his bottle of Shiraz on 10. We've got Anthony Ridgway and the Ridgways on 11. Rugby Rotary Club are on 12. Debbie McCarthy's on 11. We've got Yorkie's on 10. Mike Yates is on 9. Michelle, Charlie and James are on 12. We've got Home Alone 6 on 12. Don Quixote on 12. PRS are on 12. Oh my God, wait a minute. I've just lost everybody there. Chris Rowland's on 10. We've got Dylan on 12. Upper Toft is on 12. We've got Penny Graham on 12. The Teasers have moved on to 12. Martin Davis is on 12. Quizzy Rascals, 13 points. Middle Toft are on 12 points. We've got Jed and Tracy on 11. The Booby Prize Girls are on 10. We've got Chris and the gang on 11. And Adam Foster's on 9. We've got Footy Fox, 86 on 9. Team UK USA, they're happy with a 12. Chris Pickard starts off with a very impressive 13, as do Split the Difference. Dave Annonson's on 10. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz, he's moved on to 13 after not being on 13. Paul has put, I'm on 20 points. That's fair enough. Right then, so top scores at the moment are 13 points. We've got a few teams there with 13 out of 13, which is some good going. A couple of tricky ones on that first round. Right, round number 2 is entitled Food and Drink. Now, at this stage, I'd like to say, who'd like to play their Joker? But you can't. Perhaps we should introduce a Joker out. But I couldn't police it correctly, could I? Right then, food and drink. Food and drink. Are we all raring to go? Round number 2. Here we go then. Question number 1 is a bit of a multiple choice question. What type of food is the West Country delicacy, as a few people should know this one, known as hog's pudding? I'll give you the choice. Is it a meat sausage, a treacle sponge, or a vegetable pie? So what type of food is the West Country delicacy known as hog's pie? I'll give you the choice. Is it a hog's pudding? I'll give you the choice. Is it a meat sausage, a treacle sponge, or a vegetable pie? Paula Lewis. I've asked Paul to stop bloody commenting as you read it. That's it. Oh dear. Paul, stop commenting. Question number 2. This is one Paul will get. He used to like this stuff. Invented by Francis Showering, a brewer in Shepton Mallet in Somerset, and popular during the 60s and 70s, which sweet, sparkling, alcoholic perry has a young deer on the label of the bottle? One word answer I'm after for that. So invented by Francis Showering, a brewer in Shepton Mallet in Somerset, and popular during the 60s and 70s, which sweet, sparkling, alcoholic perry has a young deer on the label of the bottle. I was actually given a whole selection of plastic little baby deers to display in the pub, which they're on show actually in the Alexandra Arms somewhere, unless somebody's stolen them, but never mind. A young deer what? Paul, stop airing your dirty laundry. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. Question number 3. With which mouth-watering treat does one associate the word ganache? So with what mouth-watering even treat does one associate the word ganache? They sell it in Tesco. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. They still sell the stuff. Oh yeah, Andrew's seen it, so they must sell the stuff. Question number 4. With Sudan, Myanmar and India the largest producers Which seeds are the basic ingredient for tahini paste? So with Sudan, Myanmar and India, the largest producers, which seeds are the basic ingredient for tahini paste? Question number 5, this is one I actually didn't know. I would have had a guess, but I probably got it wrong, but never mind. Traditionally produced in northern Italy, grappa is made with pomace. But what is pomace? That's spelled P-O-M-A-C-E. So question 5 again, traditionally produced in northern Italy, grappa, which I have had, is made with pomace. But what is pomace? Didn't know that. Never mind, do now. Question number 6. Which band had a #1 hit in 1963 with Sweets for My Sweet, Sugar for My Honey? So question 6 again. Which band had a #1 hit in 1963 with Sweets for My Sweet, Sugar for My Honey? Do you want me to sing it? Should I sing it, Robin? Sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey. Sorry. I could hum it, I suppose. Question number 7. Which major food crop can be attacked by the 10 striped pests known as Colorado beetles? Robin's put my patience is wearing very thin. Well, I'm glad you're not round the block. Oh dear. I'm glad at least you're a few hundred yards away, Robin. So question 7 again. What major food crop can be attacked by the 10 striped pests known as Colorado beetles? And they look such nice little things, I have to say. Question number 8. Which red jelly is traditionally an accompaniment to a Sunday roast of either lamb or goose? So which red jelly is a traditional accompaniment to a Sunday roast of either lamb or goose? There was me thinking you only had lamb with mint. And mine apparently have it with this stuff as well. Once lockdown is over, I'm looking forward to visiting my favourite Greek restaurant. Terrible food, but smashing plates. Oh dear. Question number 9. Now this can't be very hard. I'm giving you a whole century, this one. In what century did England get its first glimpse of the banana when botanist and merchant Thomas Johnson displayed a bunch in his shop in Holborn in the city of London? So in what century did England get its first glimpse of the banana when botanist and merchant Thomas Johnson displayed a bunch in his shop in Holborn in the city of London? I just need the century there, not the date. Obviously, I'm not tying you down to a year. That would make it a little bit tricky, I'm sure. And finally, question number 10 in this dead easy food round. In 1655, when the British fleet captured the island of Jamaica, the British changed the daily ration of liquor given to seamen from French brandy to what? Because it was cheaper buying off the French, I suppose. So in 1655, when the British fleet captured the island of Jamaica, The British had changed the daily ration of liquor given to seamen from French brandy to what? Dear Chris, it's getting worse, Chris. Having given up visiting sports venues, I decided to visit a brewery. I barreled up, hoping it was worth it. I hopped over the fence. I came unstuck as I mashed my face on the bar. Oh, dear, dear, dear. That's dreadful. I hope some people are amused by that. Right then, everybody, you should have 10 answers there for the food round. I hope you've all got 10 answers at least. You were only 10 questions, so we should have 10 answers. So without further ado, let's mark round number 2 and see how we're all faring after round number 2. So question number 1 was, what type of food is the West Country delicacy known as hog's pudding? That is, in fact, a sausage. A sausage. I suppose that was pretty obvious, really, but never mind. Number 2, of course, I was after baby sham. Baby sham. It was invented by Francis Showering, apparently. Number 3, of course, ganache is related to chocolate. Number 4, a tahini paste is made with sesame seeds, the largest producers being India, Myanmar, and Sudan. Number 5, pomace is the residue which is left over after grapes have been pressed. So after the grapes have been pressed, you are left with pomace, which is a residue, which is what grappa is made from, apparently. So something to do with that, or something around that. Question number 6, which band had a #1 hit with Sweets for My Sweets, Sugar for My Honey? That, of course, was the Searchers. Number 7, the Colorado beetle, particularly nasty for attacking potatoes, so the potato crop. Number 8, I was after red currant jelly, apparently goes well with lamb or goose. Number 9, bananas were first shown in the bottle in a shop in 1633, which makes it the 17th century. The 17th century, so well done if you got that, because that was a tricky one. And finally, number 10, of course, we gave up with French brandy, and they then got a ration of rum. Rum was what we were after for number 10, so well done if you got that. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in. Do remember, everybody, to put your total score in. That's round 1 and 2. So as we speak, Chris speaks straight off with 20. Well done, Chris. Great start there. Has anybody else got their scores? Raring to get them down. The Yorkies have now moved on to 15. Well done, Georgia and Rory. Carol Green's moved on to 20. Jen and Tracy on 19. Rugby Rotary Club, however, one better on 21 points, as have Home Alone 6, also on 21 points. Famous 5 on 20 points. PRS have moved on to 22 points. Well played them. Debbie McCarthy on her own on 20 points. Mick Roberts, Mick and Bev on 19 points. Dylan's doing well on 20 points, as is Squeaky Bob, also on 20 points. The Ridgeways have moved on to 18. Stephen Jill Pugh on a very credible 21 points from Middletoft, and Uppertoft also on 21 points with Joan and Graham Gifford. Chris Rowland, Chris and Mary from St Ives, the duo, are on 17 points. Faye, 17 for us, a pair, says Faye. Clive and Janet and the Teasers have moved on to 20. Split the difference, however, they're on 23 points. Still a team to catch there. Don Quixote are on 20. Penny Graham's on 19. The Wheatlicks have moved on to 18. Paula Flynn and the Quizzy Rascals have also moved on to 23. That's a great score. Dave Anderson on 16. We got Sarah and our friends from Worcester. Sarah and Russ and Joe and James on 20. Michelle, Charlie are on 19. We got Footy Fox 86 on 17 points. Ian and his Bottle Shrouds have moved on 9 points to 22. That's a great score. And Chris Pickard's also moved on to 22 points, as have Team UK USA, also on 22 points. Paul Lewis is saying, I'm on 24. Well, you can be on 24, Paul. That's fine. Adam's saying, a shocker. Oh, dear, Adam. Never mind. Food and drink. It wasn't. There were some tricky ones in there, but never mind, Adam. 14 points. PRS, it keeps repeating the scores for us. Mike Yates is also on 14 points. So well played, Mike. Right then, everybody. Round number 3 tonight. What have I got down for round number 3? It's a connections round. Dead easy connections round tonight. We've got 10 generalised questions, and question 11 asks for a link. So tonight as a one-off. There is a possible 64 points up for grabs tonight. So we're getting anywhere close to that. We're doing well. So we start off. Here we go then. Question number 1. Historically, what name was given to a spiked barrier fixed in or across a road or passage as a defense against sudden attack? The word is commonly used by Americans to mean a toll gate. So anybody that's been to America, been through a toll gate, it's called this. It's a one-word answer I'm after. So historically, what name was given to a spiked barrier fixed it in or across a road or passage as a defense against sudden attack? The word is commonly used by Americans to mean a toll gate. It's just a one-word answer I'm after. Don't think too hard. Well, you might have to think long and hard about it if you can't remember. Question number 2. First shown on the 8th of February 1978. What is a British children's television drama series made by the BBC portraying life in a typical comprehensive school? So first shown on the 8th of February 1978. What is a British children's television drama series made by the BBC portraying life in a typical comprehensive school? That's a 2-word answer I'm after. I'm sure you'll have all heard of that one. Well, the weather has been a bit up and down this week. I was expecting some blizzards yesterday morning. We woke up to just rain. We didn't even get any snow yesterday, but never mind. Question number 3. What is a 1999 British-American romantic comedy film? The story is of a romance between a London bookseller and a famous American actress. Again, a 2-word answer. So what is a 1999 British-American romantic comedy film? The story is of a romance between a London bookseller and a famous American actress. It's always a good one to fall back on, that one, isn't it? Though even that's beginning to look a bit dated now. Well, it would do, I suppose, 20 years old, isn't it? Question number 4. Born 24th of February 1981, who is an Australian semi-retired professional tennis player and former world number 1. He is the most recent Australian to win a men's singles Grand Slam title. So it's obviously a few years since they've won a title. So born on the 28th of February 1981, who is an Australian semi-retired professional tennis player and former world number 1. He is the most recent Australian to win a men's singles Grand Slam title. That is a 2-word answer. I don't know whether you managed to get any kind of connection yet, but you might have done. Do remember we're looking for a connection between all these answers. Question number 5. What is a song written and recorded by Scottish singer-songwriter Jerry Rafferty? It was released as a single in 1978 and it reached number 3 in the UK singles charts and number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. So question 5 again. What is a song written and recorded by Scottish singer-songwriter Jerry Rafferty? It was released as a single in 1978 and it reached number 3 in the UK singles charts and number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Keep putting them on, Chris. The brewery was a bittersweet experience. So I went back to sport, darts. Darts was okay, hockey, but I took fight and settled on polo. That's the same day as mint. See, God. What's that? Ian Sharratt, recorded in Chipping Norton. Blimey, was it? Well done, Ian, if you know that one. I hope you know that the word chipping means, as in Chipping Norton, means market, apparently. Market, just in case you didn't know. Question number 6, listen carefully. Accounting for approximately 30% and behind cheddar, what is the second most popular cheese sold in the United Kingdom? It's very popular around these parts, apparently. So accounting for approximately 30% and behind cheddar, what is the second most popular cheese sold in the United Kingdom? As I say, very popular around these parts. Okay, I'll have some of that then. Who remembers the cheese shop sketch? Now, that was a good sketch. I don't care how runny it is. No, sorry. Question number 7 for all you scientists. How is the sedimentary carbonate rock calcium carbonate more commonly known? Just a one-word answer. So how is the sedimentary carbonate rock calcium carbonate more commonly known? I hope some of you got your connection by now. Bit of a dubious connection, but it's a connection all the same. Question number 8. In one of the most iconic weddings of the decade. Well, that was obviously, we were taking note from me and the wife who got married 3 days earlier. Prince Charles and Princess Diana tied the knot at which London venue in 1981? 3 days after my wedding. So in one of the most iconic weddings of the decade, Prince Charles and Princess Diana tied the knot at which London venue in 1981? Question number 9. The recipe for which patriotic cake evolved from the classic pound cake, apparently, which was made with equal proportions of flour, fat, sugar, and eggs. I don't quite know how you get equal proportions of all those, I don't know, but the recipe for which patriotic cake evolved from the classic pound cake, which was made with equal proportions of flour, fat, sugar, and eggs. Question number 10. Which nursery rhyme, dating from about 1744, has the lines, "Wood and clay will wash away my fair lady"? So question 10 again. Which nursery rhyme, dating from about 1744, has the lines, "Wood and clay will wash away my fair lady"? And finally, of course, what is the connection between the previous 10 answers? So what is the connection? It's rather a tenuous connection, I have to say. But what is the connection between the previous 10 answers? I will give you a little while to work that one out. Well, it's great to see so many people doing the quiz tonight. As usual, as I've already said earlier, I'm approaching 30 likes tonight. Do feel free to just hit the like button if you've liked the quiz tonight. There's lots of you taking part, so all you've got to do is hit that little like button. Keep taking my, as I say, it does mean if you type in nicks+pub+quiz, eventually you'll be able to find it now. You know, you couldn't find it at all when I first started doing these quizzes. This is on Google or the search engines, if you know what I mean. But never mind. Right then, everybody, do we need any more time on that round? How are you faring? You've got some kind of tenuous... Just put in the chat if you need a bit more time, please. please feel free to just put in the chat column if you need a little bit more time. If not, if we're ready to do some marking, yes, Sarah needs a bit more time. Come on, Sarah, Russ, James, Joe, get the cogs going. Talking of the jabs, my wife keeps informing me about when we're due our injections, obviously, as we're getting on a bit, you know. And of course, it keeps changing every day. I don't know why it keeps changing, or up and down, like whatever, but never mind. One day it would have been April, the next day would have been March, and whatever else. But, oh well. It does appear that the majority of 80-year-olds are now being vaccinated, which is good. I think, and there's quite a lot of 70-year-olds as well. So getting there with the injections, let's just hope that it makes a difference to the numbers going into hospital and whatever eventually. What's that? Yeah, well, that's another problem. This time, exactly this time, this day, last year, wife and I were in Vietnam. We were in a place called Hoi An, if anybody's been to Hoi An. It's a beautiful town with hundreds of lanterns, and it kind of lights up at night. It's surreal. It's really good. And, of course, they had some craft ale bars, which we found, so it was a very, very good place to visit. So if anybody's planning a visit to Vietnam, give me a shout and I'll tell you some of the best places to go and those to avoid, but never mind. Right then, everybody, probably had long enough, so let's do some marking to that tricky round on connections. So we started off historically, what name was given to a spiked barrier? Well, the Americans call it a toll gate. Sorry, they call it a turnpike. It's a turnpike I was after. Number 2, in Australia, getting my jab tomorrow because I'm young but vulnerable, being married to your brother. Nice one, Jill. So first show of February, the television series I was after was called Grange Hill, of course. Number 3 was Notting Hill. Number 4 was Leighton Hewitt. Well done if you got Leighton Hewitt. Number 5 was Baker Street, of course. That song by Jerry Rafferty. Number 6 is Red Leicester, of course, the second most popular cheese in the United Kingdom by sales. Number 7, the sedimentary rock calcium carbonate, is known as chalk. Number 8 was St Paul's Cathedral, they tied the knot at. Number 9 was a Victoria sponge, which is made with equal proportions of flour, flat sugar and eggs. Number 10 has the lines, wood and clay will wash away my fair lady. Well, that's London bridges falling down, falling down, falling down. London bridges falling down, my fair lady. So well done if you've got that. And of course, the thing that really connects all these is London Underground stations. By either adding a word, leaving it as is, or taking a word away, you ended up with a London Underground station. So we had, for instance, Turnpike Lane, we had Grange Hill, Notting Hill, Leighton, we had Baker Street, of course, Leicester Square, whatever, Chalk Farm, that's a good one, St Paul's Cathedral, Victoria, and of course London Bridge, all of which have something to do with London Underground Station. So we've got some scores coming in and some cracking scores as well, so well done everybody. We have Georgie Lambert and the Yorkies doing very well on 22 points, PRS doing also very well on 32 points, as are the Rotary Club of Rugby, also on 32 points. Chris Speaks moved on to 30 with a famous 5, and Donk was OT both on 31 points. Squeaky Pobber now on 30 points. We've got Chris and Mary from St Ives Dew on 26. The Wheatleats have moved on to 29. Graham Gifford and Upper Toft on 31 points. Dylan's on 30 points. The Ridgeways have now moved on to 27 points. The Boobies are on 26 points. Dave Anderson's on 26. Sarah and Russ and James and Joe are on 28 points. Home Alone 6, 31 points. We've got Team UK, USA on 32 points. That's another great score. Penny Graham's on 26. Michelle, Charlie and James are on 29. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 26. Adam Foster, a bit better on that round, on 23 points. Jill and Steve on 30 points. Jed and Tracy on 27. Carol Green, correction there. She's 27.5. I'm taking a half off for London connection. Oh, don't bother, Carol. You're all right. Mike Yates on 21. The teasers have moved on to 30 points. Well played, the teasers, as has Ian. And his bottle of Shiraz also on 30 points, with Chris Pickard on 31 points. There's some great scores there. So we've got a number of teams in the 30s. So anybody up in the 30s is doing remarkably well at the moment. So well played, everybody. Have I got all the scores in? What about the Quizzy Rascals? I haven't seen their score yet. We've got Split the Difference down there. I can't see that one either. Oh, yes, we've got Split the Difference on 32. Ian's made a correction. He says 30 points. So well played then. Right then, round number, where are we? Round number 4 is a trivia trial. Basically, a trivia trial, the last letter of your first answer is the first letter of your next answer. Until, of course, we get to number 10. But the last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. We all know how this works. Well, I think we do. So for those that haven't done it before, let's start as we mean to go on. Question number 1. Also known as Kado, that's K-A-D-O. What is the Japanese word used to describe the art of flower arranging? It's a one-word answer, also known as Kado. What is the Japanese word used to describe the art of flower arranging? I'm sure the weak links will know that one straight away. George, you haven't told me whether Linda's playing with you tonight. Mum playing. Right, take the last letter of that one word, Japanese word, and it's the first letter of number 2. Derived from the genus Malus, Ambrosia, Fuji, and Honeycrisp are 3 varieties of which fruit? The singular answer for that. So derived from the genus Malus, Ambrosia, Fuji, and Honeycrisp are 3 varieties of which fruit? Right, take the last letter of that fruit, and it's the first letter of number 3. Which Disney character is loosely based on the main protagonist of The Snow Queen, a Danish fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen? It's just a one-word answer I'm after. So which Disney character is loosely based on the main protagonist of The Snow Queen, a Danish fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen? Sure, most of us will know that one, surely. Question number 4. Listen carefully. It's a one-word answer. Highly addictive and with a history of abuse. What are a group of prescription drugs used to treat attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, known as ADHD, and narcolepsy, amongst other conditions? Narcolepsy, the inability to sleep, I think. So highly addictive and with a history of abuse. What are a group of prescription drugs used to treat attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, known as ADHD, and narcolepsy, amongst other conditions? It's a one-word answer and it's a plural. Make sure you use the last letter of your previous answer. That'll help you somewhat. Now, the last letter of that prescription drugs, or those prescription drugs, should give you the first letter of this city. What was the former name of Ho Chi Minh City, the largest and most populous city of Vietnam? I was only talking about Vietnam a minute ago. So what was the former name of Ho Chi Minh City, the largest and most populous city of Vietnam? Probably got more motorbikes per head of population than any other city in the world, I think. Ho Chi Minh City. Oh dear. Number 4 is plural. Yes, number 4 is a plural. Number 6, take the last letter of that city, and it's the first letter of this. What name is given to a geometrical polygon with equal internal angles of 140 degrees? So what name is given to a geometrical polygon with equal internal angles of 140 degrees? Come on, all you mathematicians, although the letter will help you enormously with that one, I'm sure. Question number 7. What is the largest and busiest of the 3 main railway stations in Birmingham's city centre? Place I'm sure a lot of us have been on many occasions. So what is the largest and busiest of the 3 main railway stations in Birmingham's city centre? Right, take the last letter of that station, and it's the first letter of number 8. Number 8 for all you Star Wars fans. What was the home world of Anakin and Luke Skywalker? A sparsely inhabited desert planet located in the galaxy's outer rim territories. It's just a one-word answer I'm after. So what was the home world of Anakin and Luke Skywalker? A sparsely inhabited desert planet located in the galaxy's outer rim territories. Of course, it helps if you know how to spell that, because, of course, question number 9, you take the last letter of that homeworld or planet, and it's the first letter of number 9, which is a 2-word answer. 2-word answer. Born in Kilkea, County Kildare, who was an Anglo-Irish Antarctic explorer who led 3 British expeditions to the Antarctic. So question number 9 again. Born in Kilkea, County Kildare, who was an Anglo-Irish Antarctic explorer who led 3 British expeditions to the Antarctic. Very well known. 2-word answer. Take the last letter of that explorer. It's the first letter of number 10. And the last letter of number 10, of course, will take you back to number 1, which might help you with that one. So question number 10, what was a political party of the mass movement known as National Socialism under the leadership of Adolf Hitler? The party came to power in Germany in 1933. That's singular. So what was a political party of the mass movement known as National Socialism under the leadership of Adolf Hitler? The party came to power in Germany in 1933. Take the last letter of that party, and it's the first letter of number 1. The flower arranging. Is it? Tell him to try the refresh button. I don't know whether people are finding my voice lagging behind the chat or anything. if you're finding everything's lagging, just try the refresh button at the bottom to refresh your browser, so to speak. Of course I'm plugged in. I've got a very fast connection. Have you? Has he? Oh, not Leslie, but lost you completely. Come on, Leslie, try a refresh again. Oh dear. Sorry if people are losing it. We still have got 80. It's been fairly steady tonight. I have got a very fast broadband connection here. Refresh and then click on live, Sif. Yeah, have a go, Sif. See how you can go. Nope, good, right. Penny Graham says you disappeared. No, back again. Oh dear. That probably means YouTube are having a few issues tonight, but never mind. We lost you earlier. Said there was an error. No, back again. Got a black screen with an error message. Oh dear. Yeah, it could be YouTube. You never know. Live broadcast is never perfect. And then at the best of times, you've only got to watch the BBC when they're live broadcast with loads of people. Right then, everybody, how are we faring? Do we need any more time for those 10 rather tricky trivia trail questions, or are we happy to do some marking straight away? Do let me know straight away if you need a bit more time. I will give you a bit more time if needed. And let's hope that everybody else is back on stream again. I know it's a bit tricky when we're dealing with the internet. It's not a perfect thing, but never mind. As I say, we have as fast a connection as I can get just about around here. We've got a nice 80 meg connection, so all I can say is we are wired at our end. Right then, let's go through the answers to the previous round, which is Trivia Trail, round number 4. Also known as Keido, what's the Japanese word for the art of flowering arranging? That's called Ikebana. Ikebana, starting with an I and ending with an A. Now, the A gave you the fruit, the apple, of course. Genus Malus is all to do with apple trees. That gives you the E for Elsa, of course, the Snow Queen. That in turn gave you the A for the group of highly addictive drugs known as amphetamines. Amphetamines, well done if you got that. That gave you the S for Saigon, that city. That in turn gave you the N for a nonagon, a nonagon. That in turn gave you another N for New Street Station. That gave you the T for Tatooine. Tatooine, that planet the Anakin and Luke Skywalker were born on. That gave you the E, of course, for Ernest Shackleton, which in turn gave you an N for the Nazi Party. The Nazi Party. And that, of course, the I took you all the way back to number 1 for Ikebana. So well done if you got Ikebana, because that wasn't an easy thing. So let's have some scores in, see how we're all faring. It looks like everybody's back online now. We're back up to 86 people currently online, so that's great. We have hit 90 tonight, which is some kind of record. So we've got Chris Speak on a fantastic 27. Well played, Chris. Georgie, no, that can't be right. Georgie Lambert and the Yorkies have moved on to 33 points. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 43 points. Got the famous 5 on 41 points. The Wheat Links of Full House, they're on 39 points. We've got the Giffords, which is Uppertoft, on 40 points. Mick Roberts on 34. Home Alone 6 are on 41. Don Quizzotti on 41 points. Chris and Mary from St Ives, they're on 34 points. Rugby Roach Club doing very well tonight on 42 points. The Teasers are on 40. PRS are on 42 points. Michelle, Charlie and James are on 39. We've got David and Jane on 36. We've got Dylan on 38 points. Carol Green's moved on to 35.5. Jen and Tracy are now moved on to 36 points. Oops, it's gone off the screen. Jill and Steve are now on 39. Well played them. Chris says, oops, they're on 37. I thought that was wrong, Chris. Well done, you. Squeaky Bob even on 38. We've got Adams moved on to 32 with the Ridgeways now on 36 points. Sarah, Russ, James and Joe are on 34. We've got Split the Difference on 43 points. Harry's done very well. Harry Julian in brackets with Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. They've added 9 to their score on 39 points. Penny Graham has moved on to 34. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 32. The Booby Surprise Girls are on 31. And we've got Team UK, USA 42 points with Mike Yates on 30. Chris Pickard doing remarkably well on 39 points. Well played, you boys. Some great scores there, I have to say. So at the moment, we've got a couple of teams on 43, and then we've got a gaggle of teams also on 42 points. So it's very close at the top there. We have 2 more rounds of testing trivia to keep you entertained. Round number 5 is entitled Sticks and Stones. Sticks and Stones, basically they're just 10 general knowledge questions themed around sticks and stones. So if you're looking for an answer, you might like to look for a stick or a stone. It may be in the question, of course, which won't help you. But 10 general knowledge questions on sticks and stones. Eyes down looking. Let me just have a quick swig of my beer to lubricate the larynx. Or whatever. Perhaps you can't lubricate the larynx. Oh, maybe you can. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. The title of Status Quo's first UK hit single, Pictures of Matchstick Men, refers to the paintings of which famous artist who worked and lived in Pendlebury for more than 40 years of his life? So question number 1 again, the title of Status Quo's first UK hit single, Pictures of Matchstick Men, refers to the paintings of which famous artist who worked and lived in Pendlebury for more than 40 years of his life. Well, we're all right so far. We haven't had YouTube editing all the questions tonight. It seems to be behaving itself. Mind you, we haven't got to the last round yet, but we'll see. Question number 2. Oh, my favourite artist, says Carol. Well, there we have it. Question number 2. The stones used in the sport of curling are traditionally made from what type of rock? Come on, all good quizzes know that one, I'm sure. So the stones used in the sport of curling are traditionally made from what type of rock? Question number 3, I'm going to allow a little bit of lateral whatever with this one, but never mind. Prior to the 20th century, hockey sticks, this was ice hockey sticks mostly, and golf club shafts were commonly made from what type of wood? Yeah, put the word ice in there because it was ice hockey sticks. So prior to the 20th century, ice hockey sticks and golf club shafts were commonly made from what type of wood? Of course, they're composite now or whatever else they're made of. If it's any help, as in the ice hockey sticks, they were made in North America, mostly in Canada, by indigenous Indians. Just thinking that might help with the wood, that was all. Right, sorry about that. Question number 4. A 1964 cover version of which song, written by Bobby and Shirley Womack, gave the Rolling Stones their first UK #1 hit single? So a 1964 cover version of which song, written by Bobby and Shirley Womack, gave the Rolling Stones their first UK #1 hit single? It's an easy one to get wrong, this one. there's 3 very well-known songs. Yes, quite. Well, it's great to see so many people taking part in the quiz tonight. We've got 86 people taking part tonight. It was really good, especially from all over the country, which is excellent. Do feel free to invite friends and make sure you put their names down so I know who I'm speaking to, especially if you make your teams a bit bigger. And do invite other friends to come and take part if they're into a bit of quizzing. Keeps us all kind of sane. Well, I think it does, but never mind. Question number 5. This was a bit rude, but I've kind of cut it back a little bit. So, what type of stick is associated with witchcraft and apparently dates as far back as the 14th century? I won't tell you why it was rude. You'll have to look it up yourself. So what type of stick is associated with witchcraft and apparently dates as far back as the 14th century? It's pretty straightforward, that one. Question number 6. Oh, this is a good old sitcom. Who played Dan in the American sitcom Roseanne, Fred Flintstone in the 1994 film The Flintstones, and Walter Sobchak in the 1998 film The Big Lebowski? So question 6 again. Who played Dan in the American sitcom Roseanne, Fred Flintstone in the 1994 film The Flintstones, and Walter Sobchak in the 1998 film The Big Lebowski? I had to look up to make sure he was still alive, and he is. He's still alive, doing very well. Question number 7. In which American city would you find Candlestick Park, where the Beatles played their last full public concert on the 29th of August 1966? Though I don't think it's called that anymore, but never mind. Maybe it is. So in which American city would you find Candlestick Park, where the Beatles played their last full public concert on the 29th of August 1966? I'm sure Team USA will tell me whether that park exists still or not. I've got the feeling they changed its name, but never mind. Don't know why. I'm just looking sorrowfully at my glass here. It says the 32nd Henry's Beer Festival, 2005. That's 15 years ago. So 47 would have been 48 last year. I don't think we're going to get to another beer festival unless they do a mini beer festival later in the year in Cambridge. We'll have to see. Let's hope we can get back to some normality. It is. It's where we met Sarah in the game. Question number 8. What name was given to the stone that was discovered in Egypt in 1799 by French soldiers and helped give people a better understanding of the ancient Egyptian writing system called hieroglyphics? So what name was given to the stone that was discovered in Egypt in 1799 by French soldiers and helped give people a better understanding of the ancient Egyptian writing system called hieroglyphics? Number 9's dead easy. What name was given to a short, thin stick that a conductor would use to beat an orchestra? No, sorry, to direct an orchestra or choir. Robin's just put, if they're at the bottom of the wall, they're hieroglyphics. So what does hiero mean? H-I-E-R-O. It's got to be the Greek for something or other. It can't be fire, can it? Surely not. And finally, question number 10, a good scientific one this. Which chemical element with the atomic number 74 has a name that comes from the Swedish for heavy stone? I'm sure we've had that one before. So which chemical element with the atomic number 74 has a name that comes from the Swedish for heavy stone? There we have it. So there are 10 questions there, something to do with sticks or stones, either in the question or in the answer. Mostly in the question by the looks of things, but never mind. Does anybody know what hiero means? H-I-E-R-O. It's got to be Greek for something or other. Hiero. Right then, before we mark that round, I'll just top my glass up. Not much of my beer left. It looks like I've got to do some Chris, that's being rude. Grandad, why are you sat out here with no trousers on? Well, last week I sat out here with no shirt on and got a stiff neck. So your grandma asked me to give this a go. Aha! Sacred or holy? Well spotted, Carol. Sacred or hieroglyphics? Sacred, holy. Yes, I suppose so. Sacred. Glyphics, I presume, means graphics of some descriptions. Holy or sacred symbols. They are. We've decoded it already. Who needs the stone that we were on about earlier? I nearly said it there, but I didn't. Right then, everybody, have we had enough time to work those questions out? Answers even? Or the questions to those answers, or the answers to those questions out, whichever way we want to call it. Right, I've got to remember I'm still online here. Right then, here we go. Let's do some marking with round number 5. Let's see who's still in the race as we get into the final round, the general trivia round. So question number 1, the title of the Status Quo song, Pictures of Matchstick Men, refers to the paintings of L.S. Lowry. Well done if you got that. L.S. Lowry, who lived in Pendlebury for more than 40 years of his life. Number 2, curling, in the sport of curling, the stones are normally made of granite, polished granite. Well done, I'm sure most people have got that. Now then, hockey sticks originally were made of maple. Maple ice hockey sticks, of course, they were made in the Canadian areas by Indians, so I will allow willow as well, because they were also made of maple or willow, so you can give yourself a point for either of those. Obviously, if you haven't got either of them, no nil point. So apparently maple was particularly strong. It was flexible, a little bit like you, I suppose, in the United Kingdom. Right, number 4. That Rolling Stones' first UK #1 hit single was "It's All Over Now." I'm sure I would have got that one. We've put Little Red Roses or something. Number 5, what type of stick is associated with witchcraft? That's a broomstick. Number 6 was John Goodman. Number 7, I was after San Francisco. San Francisco, Candlestick Park. Still want to know whether it exists at the moment. Number 8 was the Rosetta Stone. Number 9 is called a baton. And final number 10, heavy stone, is tungsten. Tungsten, that metal. Is particularly, well, it's particularly light actually, tungsten. Dean's saying hickory. You mark your own, Dean, because I don't know quite whether hickory is anything to do with maple, but it might be. Well, I don't know. I'll have to look it up. You put hickory as well. Let me have a look at hickory. See what. Just give me a second. I will look at what hickory is. Is hickory a type of maple? Hickory wood. Hickory wood. Hickory is a top tree comprising the genus Kyra, which includes around 18 species from the native China, Indochina, and India. Many of 12 in the United States, from Mexico, 2 in Canada. Hickory is a temperate forest. The word hickory though. Well, I can't see from that. Let's not allow hickory. I don't think that's right, but it might be. If you feel hickory's right, you can find a connection to it, allow. But I cannot see a connection there to the manufacture of. Well, no, let's not allow hickory as an answer. My wife's also saying they put hickory, but I don't think that's right. It may be, I just don't know, to be fair. But the answer I've got is maple. Whether maple is a type of hickory, I don't know. Maples are basically, yeah. No, let's just say no to hickory. It probably makes it easier. Anyway, it's all for a bit of fun, so let's not let's not fall out with the quiz master, just in case it's right. I will do a bit of research and find out about hickory, but I can't believe. Anyway, Carol Green, 43.5 points. Well played, Carol. Mick Robertson on 41. We've got Squeaky Bob on 46. Georgie, Lammett and Rory, and Linda, I think, maybe, 42 points. Andrew Ridgway saying Candlestick is now Levi Stadium, I think. Yeah, I thought we'd perhaps change its name. Clive and Janet, the Teaser on 50. Well played, the Teasers. The Rugby Roach Club have moved on to 49 points, with the Weak Links on 46 points. Paula Flynn and the Quizzing Rascals are on 53 points. That's a great score. Sarah's now on 41 points. We've got the Booby Prize Girls on 36. Upper Toft are on 47 points, with Michelle and the gang on 49 points. What's he put? Wait a minute. Golf clubs were hickory. My dad had some. No, neither Maple nor Willow is anything like you or me. Oh dear, oh dear. Clive and Janet, the Teasers, are on 50. Dave Anderson's on, Dave and Aaron on 43. The Famous Five are on 48 points. Don Quixote is on 50 points. Chris Pickard's on 46. The Ridgeways are on 45 points. Well played them. So it looks like at the moment there's some more scores coming in. Chris Peak's also on 45 points. So any team basically up in the 50s, we've got Don Quixote on 50 points. We have the Teasers on 50 points. We have PRS on 52 points, which is some cracking score. Team UK USA on 51 points. And we've also got, we've got the Quizzy Rascals on 53 points. And the Rugby Roach Club are on 49, with the Teasers on 50. So some cracking scores in there. Nobody's really dropped far behind. We've got Split the Difference also on 52 points. So going to the last round. Let's go into the last round. Let's see how we fare. We've got 10 general knowledge questions just to sort it all out. At the moment, going into the last round, it just looks like the Quizzy Rascals are edging it. However, Trivia Trail is always a bit tricky. We have one or two in there to catch you out. One or two of you will find this fairly straightforward. So here we go then. Question number 1. Contact Hem Hawk is an anagram of which well-known politician? Lydia will put it down in the chat so you can work it out. So that's Contact Hem Hawk is an anagram of which well-known politician? Seems to be well-known at the moment. I need his full name. Well, his Christian name and his surname, of course. Don't need all his names. I could have made it more tricky, I suppose, but never mind. So Contact Hem Hawk is an anagram of which well-known politician? That hasn't come up on my screen, Liz. Have you put it? Ah, that does not seem to have come up on my screen. Oh, Home Alone 6 on 49 points. Well played, Roy and the gang. Doing great there. Anybody up that kind of thing has got a good chance of winning tonight. So let me just spell it out. Contact, C-O-N-T-A-C-T, Hem, H-E-M, and then Hawk, H-A-W-K. Oh, it's come up. Is an anagram of which well-known politician? It has arrived. That was a bit strange, but never mind. Now then, we've got two teams from Essex tonight, so they might know this, but it might help them somewhat. Question number 2, with a population of 25,353 at the last census, Witham, a town in the county of Essex, stands on which river? Now, I'm going to give you the choice. Is it the River Brain, the River Eye, or the River Arm? So question number 2, with a population of 25,353, Witham, a town in the county of Essex, stands on which river? I'll give you the choice. Is it the River Brain, the River Eye, or the River Arm? That's fine. No, I thought the algorithm had suddenly kicked in and kicked all the answers off. No, the teasers are saying it's okay. Thank God for that. So just need to know the name of that river or a guess at it if you've got no idea of your rivers of Essex. Question number 3. This one probably will get barred, but we'll see. It's a stupid question. What name? Carol Jackson will get this one straight away. Because like me, she played this. So what name is given to the hole in the upper body of a violin? I'm going to give you a choice. Is it the A hole, the F hole, or the R hole? We'll probably get this banned, but never mind. So what name is given to the hole in the upper body of a violin? You might be able to visualize it if you've ever seen a violin. I'll give you the choice. Is it an A hole, an F hole, or an R hole? Does it come up or not? Oh, Dad. Thought that might get barred immediately. Gee, it hasn't appeared on mine, but never mind. Yeah, mine be delayed. We're going to have a bit of a laugh in the quiz, surely. I hope people don't take offence to that, but never mind. Question number 4. Prior to the introduction of the euro in 2002, which monetary unit of Germany was equal to 1/100th of a Deutsche Mark? PRS are just saying our live chat is repeating over and over again. And that's strange. Why is that doing that? Is anybody else having things? Chris was saying maple was used to make the heads, not the shafts. Oh, yeah, I knew that was a bit dodgy, that question. I should have left it out, shouldn't I, really? Never mind, Chris. Not important. At least you've done some reading on the fact that you know the heads were made of that and not the shafts. So question 4 again. Prior to the introduction of the euro in 2002, which monetary unit of Germany was equal to 1/100th of a Deutsche Mark? I'd almost forgotten that myself, but never mind. Question number 5. What one word can precede the word reset to mean returning an electronic item to its original state? Yes, Michelle saying, yes, our live chat's gone manic. Oh dear. Maybe just refresh and see whether it helps. I don't know. For anybody having trouble with live chat, it seems to be misbehaving itself for some reason. Yes, we keep refreshing. I wonder why that. Perhaps we all need to go on the refresher course. Refresher course, dear. Well, yours is, yeah, mine's all right, but never mind, not everybody's is. Question number 6. Listen carefully. This was interesting. Adopted in 1927, which organisation's motto reads, "Nation shall speak peace unto nation." So adopted in 1927, which organisation's motto reads, "Nation shall speak peace unto nation." Dave Anderson's just reminding me, Witham is now pronounced Whittam. About 5 min down the road from us. Oh, sorry, miles. But wow. So you know what river it's on then, Dave? Good lad, that's what I like to see. Whittam, sorry. Lincolnshire's Witham, isn't it? Because there's a river Witham, isn't it? Yeah, in Lincolnshire, there's a Witham. There's a Witham. It's spelled the same. I do that, Dave. I always type something and then look at it and think, damn, I haven't spelled half of that right. Right then, question number 7. Hares, that's in the things that look like bunny rabbits, do not bear their young below ground in a burrow, as do other leopards, but rather in a shallow depression or flat nest of grass. But what is this called? So hares do not bear their young below ground in a burrow, as do other leopards, but rather in a shallow depression or flattened nest or grass. But what are they called? What's that? Is it coming up in the chat? Still not coming up in mine. I think the chat is misbehaving. It's just popped up on mine. The chat is misbehaving a bit tonight, but never mind. Could be worse. Question number 8. In what mechanism might you find a bezel, a balance wheel, and an escarpment? So in what type of mechanism might you find a bezel, a balance wheel, and an escarpment? How are we doing? Chris has just said, the young don't stay young for long. Their hair today, gone tomorrow. Yeah, I got it. Gift tomorrow. The young don't stay young for long. Their hair today, gone tomorrow. Well done, Chris. I like that one. You're quick on these. You should have been a comedy writer, I have to say. Question number 9. Here we are. Penultimate question of the evening. Divided into 5 distinct parts, what layer of the atmosphere is nearest the surface of the Earth? So divided into 5 distinct parts, what layer of the atmosphere is nearest the surface of the Earth? Well, it's been a great turnout tonight. Thank you, everybody, for taking part. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's quiz. We've had regularly 80 plus tonight, which has been excellent, as many as 90 online at one time, which has been fantastic. Breaking our records, I have to say. As always the case, the Sunday night quizzes seem to be very popular, but do feel free to come and join us on a Wednesday night, same time, 8 for 8:15. Start if you want to do some quizzing on a Wednesday night. It's always reasonable fun. Right then, finally, question number 10 to finish the night off. What connects the billionaire Elon Musk, the murderer Oscar Pistorius, and the writer and poet J.R.R. Tolkien? So question number 10, what connects the billionaire Elon Musk, the murderer Oscar Pistorius, and the writer and poet J.R.R. Tolkien? Now do remember, if you've enjoyed the quiz tonight, to give me the thumbs up. I've got 36 thumbs up tonight. That's brilliant. But if anybody else hasn't pressed the button, do feel free to press the button. And at the same time, of course, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel just by pressing Pewee1957. It gives you updates of fourth and up-and-coming quizzes, although you know well when the next quiz is anyway, because it was the same time, same place, but never mind. So finally, question number 10 again. What connects the billionaire Elon Musk, the murderer Oscar Pistorius, and the writer and poet J.R.R. Tolkien? I've forgotten what his name is now. It's John something Tolkien, but I can't remember. Right, there we have it. There are your 10 questions. This will sort teams out. I'll keep a quick record of all the scores tonight, where we've all ended up, but it's not the winning that's important. It is for some, but it's not the winning that's the taking part, of course, knowing that you've been fair to yourselves. And it's fantastic to see so many teams still enjoying the quiz. We've had 1 or 2 of our teams. There was one team from Blackpool, our friends, that have been both very seriously ill, to be quite honest, with COVID. Both been in hospital, but thankfully they're recovering, and they're keen to do the quiz again as soon as they're feeling that little bit better. So it has affected a lot of people. Right, then let's do some marking after that round. Put you out misery and see how we've done. See whether any teams have managed to get a 10 out of 10 on that round. A little bit tricky, but never mind. Contact Hem Hawk was an anagram, of course, of Matthew Hancock. Matthew Hancock, our marvellous health secretary. Number 2, it was the River Brain, apparently, the Whittam, as I've been told by Anne and Patterson. The River Whittam lies on the River Brain. Question number 3. What name was given to the hole? Well, it couldn't have been the R hole or the A hole, could it? It was the F hole. It's shaped like the letter F. Question number 4 was the Fenwick. The Fenwick is 1/100th of a Deutsch mark. Number 5, what one word can precede the word reset? Well, it's a factory reset. That means returning an electronic item to its original state. At the pub, I always said it's number. Question number 6. Adopted in 1927, which organisation's motto reads, "Nation shall speak peace unto nation"? That was a tricky one. That was the BBC. It is on their logo and motto. It's quite amazing. That BBC, I thought it was going to be the UN or something like that. Question number 2, 7 even. Hares do not bear their young below ground in a burrow, but in a form. Hares bear their young in a form. Well done if you got that. I would have put scrape, but never mind. Number 8. What mechanism might you find a bezel, a balance wheel, and an escarpment? That's in a watch. Possibly clock mechanisms as well. Number 9, divided into 5 distinct parts. What layer of the atmosphere is nearest the surface of the Earth? That's the troposphere. And finally, number 10, what connects the billionaire and the murderer and the writer? They were all born in South Africa. So what's Clive Janet put? At the pub, I always said it's not the winning, it's the taking the money that counts. Well, I have to say, Clive and Janet, we've done many a pub quiz, and from nowhere we've come to win it or whatever. You know what it's like. Of course, it's the winning that takes part. Unfortunately, of course, being online, it's very tricky to do any policing of any shape and whatever. So we all have to take it with a little bit of a pinch of salt. However, some great scores tonight. And we have Carol Green ending up on 59.5 points. Sarah, Russ, James and Joe, thanks very much for taking part. 49 points for you tonight. Paula Flynn Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on a fantastic 62 points. Well played, Paula and the gang. A great, well played, Famous Five, 58 points. Well played, John and the gang. Hope to see you all soon because I haven't seen you for such a long time. PRS have ended up on 62 points. Well played you. Now my thing has all gone haywire. I've lost it. I've lost everybody, but never mind. So I will just wait until my thing refreshes itself. So Paula on 62. We've got PRS on 62. We've got Sarah on 49. Oh dear. Now, somebody did say there was something wrong with things, but it's just not coming up. Oh, here it's coming now. So wait a minute. I've got Dave Anderson on 51. I've got George Lambert and the Yorkers on 49. Well played them. Chris Speak on 52 points. Well played, Chris. Squeaky Bob, 53. Well played. Tying with the Weak Links, also on 53. Chris and Marion St. Ives Joe on 44 points. We've got Michelle, James, and Charlie on 47 points. Don Quixote, well played, 58 points. That's a good one for Don Quixote. We've got Home Alone 6 on 57, so well played, Home Alone 6. That's a great score as well. Adam Foster ends up on 47. Well played, Adam. Mick and Bev end up on 48. Penny Graham on 46 and Footy Fox 86 on 45. That's a tongue twister. Footy Fox 86 on 45. Yeah. Faye, the pair of them on 40 points. Well played them. Wait a minute. We got there's some great scores here. Clive and Janet with the teasers on 60 points for the teasers. Well played, the teasers. That's a great score. Graham Gifford on the upper toft on 56 points. We've got Dylan on 53 points. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz on 57 points. Well played. The Rugby Rotary Club, an earlier correction. Well done, the Rugby Rotary Club on 60 points. That's a fantastic score. And well played, all of you. Jed and Tracy end up on 46 points. They've set a bad round for us. That's a shame. Never mind, Jed and Tracy. You can't win them all the time. Jane Gifford ends up on 56 with, so that's Upper Toft on 56 and Middle Toft on 54. Well played, Jill. I hope it all goes well tomorrow. Mike Yates ends up on 42. Well played, Mike. Chris Speak, great quiz as always, Nick. I will bring my better joke book next week. Well, you were making up as you went along, weren't you? Never mind. Chris Meads and Split the Difference end up on 60 points. That's another team on 60 points. Well played them. Squeaky Pop, that's awfully. Oh, thanks awfully. Well, Chris Pickard ends up with 54. Well played, Chris. And Sarah's just saying thank you. Lisa with a Team UK, USA on 58. Not bad, but dropped a few on that one. Well played. I'll put that down because the Quizzy Rascals and Don Quixote and Team UK, USA both end up on 58 points. That's a cracking score. The Ridgeways end up with 52. Well played, the Ridgeways, and good evening to you and good night. And then we've got various thanks from everybody. It's been a good night. We've all enjoyed ourselves, I hope. So if you're in that mood, you want to just take my likes up, just hit the like button. I've got 39. Need to hit 40 for a record. So if anybody's still online, just wants to give me a quick thank you, you're more than welcome. So overall, it looks like 3 teams have tied on 60 points. And we have PRS and the Quizzy Rascals winning tonight's quiz on a fantastic 62 points. So the teasers ended up on 60. We also had Split the Difference on 60. There was one other team got 60. I don't know where I am hitting it down, but never mind. Oh, the Rugby Rotary Clubs have got the Rugby Rotary Club, the Split the Difference, and the teasers all ending up on 60 points. Now, when you consider that's out of 64, is it tonight? And the teams that won on 62 points, they've only got 2 points all night. So that's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, thank you very much for taking part tonight. For all those that are desperate to do quizzes and keep themselves sane, do come and join us on Wednesday night, same time, same place, same channel. And if not, I will look forward to seeing you all again next Sunday night, where we can take part and all enjoy another quiz on a Sunday night. So good night, everybody, and thank you very much for taking part. It's from me and Lydia saying good night and signing off now. So good night all.